Strangers decide how old you are within seconds, and most of the time they're not even looking at your face first, they're looking at your hands. Sounds unfair, but it's true. The good news is your nail color has more power over that first impression than almost anything else you wear. Today I'm walking you through 7 shades that quietly take years off how your hands look. And a couple of these are colors you've probably walked right past in the store, without giving them a second glance. Hi there. Welcome back to everyone who's already part of our Timeless Charm and Styles family. And if you just found us, welcome. Make yourself at home. This channel exists for one reason: helping women over 60 look and feel their absolute best without draining their wallet doing it. Everything here is honest, simple, and actually works in real life, not just in a magazine. So settle in, because today's list took real digging to put together, and I promise it's worth every minute. Before we get into the colors, let's talk about why this works the way it does. As skin matures, it naturally loses a bit of its warmth, and veins on the back of the hand become slightly more visible. That's not a flaw, it's simply what happens over time. But certain nail shades work against that shift, making hands look flat or tired, while others lean into it and bring warmth right back to the surface. Think of your nail color as lighting for your hands. Choose the wrong tone and even a lovely room looks dull. Choose the right one and everything glows. That's the whole game we're playing today. And I promise, none of this requires an expensive manicure to pull off. Only these 7 nail colors make older hands look younger instantly. Color 1. Dusty Rose. We're opening with a shade you've probably seen but never fully appreciated: Dusty Rose. Not the bright bubblegum pink from decades past, but a soft powdery rose that sits somewhere between pink and beige. This tone mirrors the natural flush of youthful skin, and because it carries gentle gray undertones, it never feels forced against mature hands. Women who switch to this shade usually notice the same thing right away. Their hands look softer, gentler, almost rested. What makes Dusty Rose especially clever is how forgiving it is. If your polish chips slightly or your hands have been busy in the garden or kitchen, this shade hides those small imperfections far better than anything glossy or bright ever could. It works beautifully for everyday wear, church, brunch with the girls, or simply running errands, and it pairs effortlessly with silver or gold jewelry, so you never have to think twice about matching. It's a color that doesn't demand attention, it simply earns it. Color 2. Warm Terracotta. Here comes your first real surprise. Terracotta, that earthy, sun-warmed orange-red usually linked to clay pots or autumn leaves. Most women steer clear of anything close to orange, worried it'll look too loud or too young for their taste. But warm terracotta does something unexpected on mature hands. It pulls natural warmth up to the surface, making skin appear healthy and sun-kissed instead of pale or washed out under indoor lighting. Because it's built on earthy tones rather than artificial brightness, it flatters nearly every skin tone, from the fairest complexions to deeper, richer ones. This is also a wonderful transitional shade, meaning it carries you effortlessly from warm summer days into the cozier months of fall, so you're not constantly buying new polish every season. Pair it with cream, camel, or olive-colored clothing and the effect is almost seamless, like your whole look was planned by a professional stylist. Try it once and you'll wonder why no one mentioned it sooner. Color 3. Soft Mauve. Picture soft mauve as your favorite cardigan, but in polish form: cozy, familiar, and endlessly flattering. It blends purple, pink, and gray into something that never shouts yet always earns a compliment from someone who can't quite put their finger on why it looks so good. What makes mauve so clever is how it handles visible veins and texture on the back of the hand. Since it sits in a cooler, muted family, it smooths everything into an even, polished finish instead of creating harsh contrast the way a stark white or bright red sometimes can. This becomes your reach for shade on days you want to look effortlessly pulled together. Whether that's a doctor's appointment, a lunch date, or a video call with the grandkids. Mauve also happens to be one of the easiest shades to apply at home, because it forgives slightly uneven strokes far more than brighter, more saturated colors ever will. Quick pause before we move into color number 5. This one tends to surprise people the most. If you're enjoying this, tap that like button. It helps this video reach more women who could really use it. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and turn on the bell so you catch every new video. And tell me in the comments which color from this list you're most excited to try. I read through every single one. Color 4. Chocolate brown. Chocolate brown might sound like an unusual pick for nails, but stay with me here, because this one has quietly become a favorite among women who know a little style secret. This isn't a flat, muddy brown. We're talking a rich, glossy chocolate that acts almost like a neutral, while still holding real depth and dimension. On mature hands, this shade grounds the entire look. Instead of drawing the eye to uneven tone or age spots, it creates a unified, elegant base that lets your whole hand look polished from a distance. Stylists have used this color on runways for seasons, yet it rarely gets recommended for women over 60, until now. What I love most about chocolate brown is how versatile it is for the colder months. It pairs beautifully with wool sweaters, plaid scarves, and even your favorite winter coat, making it one of those rare shades that feels expensive without costing you extra. If you've been stuck choosing between reds and pinks for years, this might be the refreshing change your collection has been missing. Color 5. Sheer peach. If you're after something soft and barely there, sheer peach delivers exactly that. And it's become one of those quiet favorites among women who prefer a natural, effortless look. This translucent peachy pink looks like your natural nail, just healthier and more radiant, almost as if you were simply born with a glow. Sheer formulas reflect light gently instead of sitting on the nail as one hard block of color, which keeps hands looking relaxed rather than stiff or overly done. Peach specifically adds warmth without tipping into orange, making it one of the most universally flattering shades you'll come across, no matter your undertone. This is also the perfect shade for women who don't love the upkeep of bold polish, because as it slowly wears down, it barely shows, meaning you can stretch out the time between manicures without anyone noticing a thing. It's low effort, high reward. Exactly the kind of beauty secret we love sharing here. Color 6. Deep berry wine. Now for a touch of drama, done elegantly and with intention. Deep berry wine blends plum with a hint of red, and it's been a beauty insider favorite for mature hands for years. Quietly recommended by colorists but rarely talked about anywhere else. Unlike bright reds, which can look stark or almost clinical against thinner or more delicate skin, berry wine carries enough richness and depth to feel luxurious instead of loud. It pairs with nearly every outfit you own, from little black dresses to your favorite denim, and it photographs beautifully, which matters more than ever now that so many of our special moments end up on someone's phone. Keep this one close for dinners out, holiday gatherings, or any moment you want to feel like the best version of yourself. There's something about a deep, rich color on mature hands that reads as confident and self-assured. The kind of shade that doesn't ask for permission. Color 7. Soft sage green. Our final shade might be the boldest surprise on this whole list, soft sage green, and I promise you this one gets more compliments than almost anything else on this list. I know green sounds unusual, maybe even a little intimidating for nails, but a muted, dusty sage carries the same calming, sophisticated energy as a good neutral while standing out just enough to feel fresh and current. This color works so well because its gray undertone keeps it from ever looking harsh, costume-like, or out of place. Instead, it reads as quietly confident and effortlessly modern, the kind of shade you'd expect to see on someone half your age. Except it somehow looks even better on you. It's the kind of shade that gets you stopped in the grocery store with someone asking where you had your nails done. Sage also pairs beautifully with neutral tones, ivory, taupe, soft gray, making it a wonderful choice if your wardrobe leans classic and understated. 3 small details that make every color look better. Choosing the right shade only gets you halfway there, so here are 3 small habits that make an even bigger difference than the polish itself. First, keep your cuticles moisturized. Dry cuticles make even the most expensive polish look neglected and tired. while a simple oil applied nightly changes the entire appearance of your hands within just a week or two. Second, keep nail length short to medium. Longer nails can actually draw more attention to the natural texture of aging skin around the nail bed, while shorter, rounded tips look fresh, current, and require far less maintenance day to day. Third, always finish with a glossy top coat, even over matte polish, because shine reflects light, and light remains one of the simplest, most affordable tools we have for looking instantly refreshed. A great top coat costs just a few dollars and can be reapplied every few days to keep that just done look going far longer than you'd expect. I want you to hold on to this. None of these tips are about hiding your age or pretending to be someone you're not. They're about choosing colors and small details that work with your natural beauty instead of fighting against it. Real confidence has always been the true secret. These shades just help that confidence show up a little more clearly, a little more often, and in the most effortless way possible. If this video changed the way you look at your hands, that's exactly why we make these. Give it a thumbs up so more women in our community can find it. And if you're new here, subscribe because we've got so much more beauty and style content coming your way each week. Drop a comment and let me know which of these 7 colors you're reaching for first. I genuinely love hearing from you. Thank you for spending this time with me. You deserve to feel absolutely beautiful, and I'll see you in the next video.